Welcome back to the news at 10. Pandemonium is the word to describe the scenario in some polling units in Rivers, Abia and Akwa Ibom states Rivers, Abia and Edo states as voters and security agencies clashed. Violence was reported in some wards and communities where political thugs are said to have stormed some places intending to disrupt the elections.
In Omagwa Ward 9 of Rivers State, trouble began when some youths believed to be supporters of the opposition party in the state stormed the area and attacked an INEC official. The situation was more tense in Omwawa, where a youth was allegedly shot by hoodlums. The assailants allegedly stormed the area, carted away voting materials and fired shots to scare voters.
It is not enough for this drama that is being here. Inviting the governor to this place for me is not the best thing the commissioner would have done. We have the way we have settled our situation. This is a community. He's a well-respected person in the community, but inviting the governor to come to this place for me, it's not the best he would have done.
When I entered this unit to observe what was happening, I was almost at the verge of concluding the observation with the SPO when one Osike Samuel came in there with over 20 talks, bounced on me, tore all the election material, my face cap, my tag, everything completely torn, including the observation I've already made. Tore everything, shredded everything and disappeared.
In Ogbioko, Oriawan local government area of Edo State, there was another tense situation as the Independent National Electoral Commission suspended the state assembly elections following some perceived irregularities. There are also allegations of election manipulation in Abia, and the political parties give account of what they say transpired.
So when they wanted to enter into the village council hall to snatch the ballot box, we could not allow them. We stopped them, we locked our door, then they started beating up innocent people.
All this is against the spirit of the peace accord signed by political parties, but many are optimistic that the pockets of violence in some parts of the country will not mar the process.
Well, that's a protest that greeted the State House of Assembly elections in some parts of Kogi State today, where accreditation started as early as 8 a.m. Now, the turnout was very low at most parts of the polling units visited in Lokoja and outside the state capital. At Ayimba, the State House of Assembly election was disrupted by some youths who alleged that the ballot papers were fake and ended up leaving it in an untidy heap amongst protests. Police, however, restored order to the troubled area.
Fake. Yes. Okay, your leader told me it is fake. Yes, sir. And I asked him, why is it fake? He said this place is supposed to be like a scratch card. Yes, sir. And it's not like scratch card. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm not an expert in document examination. And I'm not INEC official. But I'm going to deliver your message to INEC. About the rigging, I'm going to investigate it. That is part of my job. We are going to investigate that. And if what you are saying is true, the people will face the law.
In the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has warned that it may have no other option than to cancel results in some areas where the state returning officers recorded violence. The Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman, Mr. Kayode Do, in a chat today on our program, Nigeria 2015, said the Commission has recorded reports of electoral violence and will deal with it appropriately.
The returning officer is empowered to take a decision on what to do with areas where there have been violations of the process, like snatching of the ballot boxes or snatching of the card readers and stuff like that. Generally speaking, in such areas, if the returning officer considers this serious enough, he can cancel the or he can void the elections in such areas. But again, like I said, that decision resides with the returning officer.
A Labour Party governorship candidate in Ebonyi State, Mr. Edward Nkwegu, said he's impressed with the process of accreditation of voters and voting in the state. Mr. Nkwegu urged voters in the state to remain calm so as not to truncate the peaceful process of the elections.
From shortage of materials in some areas, I think the election is going on fine for now. So it's too early to say. It's too early to actually make a conclusion whether the election is successfully conducted. I expect to win the gubernatorial election for Ebonyi State under the platform of the Labour Party. I want to enjoin all accredited voters and those who are waiting to be accredited to be calm, peaceful, and conduct themselves according to the electoral rules.
With results of the governorship elections being collated, the PDP has raised an alarm alleging rigging on the part of the APC, particularly in the southwest. In a phone-in with Channel's Nigeria 2015 studio, the PDP National Publicity Secretary Olisa Metu accused the Ogun State governor of conniving with security agencies to thwart the will of the people. He insists that though his party was winning, the governor has been leaving no stone unturned to change the results in APC's favor.
We want to raise the alarm of interference of some security agencies conniving with the governor and cutting away and trying to change votes in places where they are losing. Nigerians should tune into it. Most importantly, we have concrete information now in Ogun State that the governor of Ogun State has taken up to Ota in an attempt to change the will of the people. In Ogun State, the PDP is leading from the collation of the votes that is going on, and we do not understand why the opposition party is presently trying to thwart the will of the people in Ogun, in Lagos, in other states. What we understand democracy to be is the will of the people. The will of the people, government of the people. But that is not what we are seeing in this election. There is a desperation by the opposition forces to attempt to change the will of the people.
Meanwhile, the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amoso has described as, quote, preposterous, unquote, the allegations of vote rigging leveled against him by the PDP. In his reaction, Governor Amoso said his party, that is the APC, is winning by a wide margin in Ogun State, and it doesn't make sense that he should be running from pillar to post, trying to switch the results.
He told me that Olisa Metu said, then I think we have a problem in this country. People of positions of authority and responsibility should measure the way they speak in public. How can he go on air and say that I am going to Ota or I am in Ota? For his information, if he doesn't know, we said it before, we are cruising home with a landslide victory. So we don't need to run around. I am here in government house now as we speak. So I do not know what he means by governor of Ogun State. That's what I've been told, if it is correct, that I'm going to Ota, they saw me in Ota. Maybe he doesn't even know where Ota is in the context of Ogun State. Ota is very close to Lagos, it's a border town with Lagos. I am in Abeokuta as I speak. So I don't know where he gets his stories from. If it's about this election, we have won with landslide, not just winning. We said it before, and we thank the good of Ogun State, they've done that for us.
Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amoso. Now, the chief observer of the European Union Election Observation Mission, Mr. Santiago Fisas, has commended INEC for its improvement on the card reader. Mr. Fasas was speaking during an observation tour to Ward 2 polling unit 011 Olosha Street, Tiamiyu Savage, Victoria Island, Lagos. While lamenting the low turnout of voters in the area, the EU chief observer said it may be different in other states of the country.
Here at Lagos, at least, has been better. I've been this morning to polling units and it was almost perfect. But of course, that is what's there. I have news about all the country that they perform better than the presidential election, but still with quite a lot of problems. I will say that in Lagos is quite not very good. It's low. It's even lower than that for the presidential elections. I don't know exactly the reason. Perhaps people, after one so important election, they are not so motivated to vote again. I think that is a pity, because of course governors are so important in Nigeria, and also members of the State House also are important. But it's like that. But also we must. It's not the same, the legal situation, with the rest of the country.
Well, the Catholic Archbishop of Abuja, John Cardinal Onayekon, believes the process will be peaceful despite the pockets of violence reported in Rivers State. According to him, the calm conduct of the presidential election will trickle down to the governorship election, as different groups have been working hard to ensure that happens.
I do know that many good Nigerians have tried to do exactly what we have done on the national level. I know, for example, in Benue State, effort has been made to bring together the key political actors. My brother Bishop down in Port Harcourt has been working with others to do the same. And they even arrived at a peace accord signed by the chief actors on the ground. How much effect all this will have, we shall see today. In the discussions, you have often mentioned the bandwagon effect. I like to believe that even in the area of peace, there is going to be a bandwagon effect. That the politicians at the state level will take a cue from what their leaders at the national level have done.
Next on the news at 10, results for the governorship elections begin to trickle in. Please stay with us.